Stephen, first of all, congratulations on today's victory. And clearly you could see from the reaction of the fans today just how much that meant. You must be incredibly proud of how your team went out and the way that they achieved the 3 points today.
Yeah, I thought the performance was really strong. I thought it was really mature. And I think it epitomised our season really, because we have played with maturity and control throughout the season, certainly from a league point of view. When I turned up today at the stadium, I think it was obviously emotional scenes. You could see in the fans' faces what the day meant. But it was important that the players sort of connected with that, but at the same time remembered what we had to do in terms of the game plan and what they had to do on the pitch. And a real big monumental day for the club. This is probably the most three important points we've delivered, because obviously it puts us millimetres away from being champions. We'll try and stay humble. It's tough because we're so close, and it's been a long journey over the 3 years. There's been some real lows in there, but I just walked into a really happy dressing room, as you can imagine, because we know how close we are now.
Robert. Sorry, Steve, the people need to appreciate what the fans have been through, the fact there's so many outside.
Look, I think I've got to get my words right here. We're still experienced and involved in a pandemic. I think I must mention that, and it's important that fans try to stay humble and safe. That's the priority, is always fans' safety and people's safety. I totally understand that. But at the same time, if you've got anything inside you or any part of your heart can understand what these fans have been through, and you can totally understand what's going on outside this stadium. But it's my job to try and control that, and obviously safety is paramount at the moment, but it is tough. It's tough because it has been an emotional 3 years for me, and obviously the fans have been here for much longer than that, and they've been through a lot in 10 years, so you can certainly understand it.
Great.
Stephen, was that the message to sort of channel that emotion and obviously the excitement outside and really sort of put the game beyond St Mirren early on?
Listen, we have respect for St Mirren, obviously, because one thing they've proven this season, that they can be a real organised team who are capable and dangerous on the counter-attack. I think we obviously experienced that in the Cup. I think we obviously heard the rumours about how it could be when we turned up at the stadium today, and that can take you to an emotional place and a real high. You know, some of my new players haven't seen the supporters as of yet, so it was a big eye-opener for them, and for me and the staff it was important that we connected with that and respected that, but at the same time we never forgot the game plan and what we had to do to get the 3 points done. And what we see today is a team that is now in a place where it can play with control and maturity and style. The 3 goals are outstanding today, another clean sheet, and we could have won by even more. I don't think St Mirren can have any complaints with the scoreline.
Stephen, you've all said you'll enjoy this once it's done, but with what's happened today, the way you turned up at the stadium, has it kind of hit home for you what you're on the verge of achieving?
I think I had a good idea what it would be like from the day I turned up here on May the 4th, 2018. I obviously didn't expect to turn up on day one to 8,000 fans outside the stadium. They had to be brought into the stadium for safety reasons, so I had a real good idea that once we got close or achieved our first big part of success together, which was always going to be the hardest, I had a good idea about what the reaction was going to be like. Obviously during the pandemic you think maybe it wouldn't be like today, but I think what you're seeing today is 10 years of what these supporters have been through, and I'm delighted for them, and really proud of the players' efforts, because they've been absolutely outstanding this season. From a league point of view, they've been close to perfect.
Douglas.
How will you spend tomorrow?
Well, we do monthly schedules, and they don't really change, they get tweaked. And the plan was always, because of Thursday night, was to have a recovery day, so play today. A few players will do a little top up on the pitch. and we'll come in for the recovery session tomorrow and we'll have lunch together. I'm sure the game will be on in the background. I'm not going to lie, that's normal, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. But after tonight, obviously the priority is going to be Thursday night and getting the players ready physically and mentally for that, because that's going to be a real tough challenge, probably our most difficult test of the season so far.
Could I also check just one other thing, Stephen? Some of the English managers said they won't send their players to South America, and I don't think Colombia have named their squad yet, but what would your position be in Alfredo if that came to pass?
That decision might be taken out of my hands by the board. I think you've got to respect the club first and foremost, who pay the players' wages. A decision hasn't been made yet. I think we're going to have to do some more work in terms of the risks and where the players are going to be and what effects that could have further down the line. But one thing we won't do is put this club or the people at this club in jeopardy. We won't take any risks to anyone else. So we'll try and make decisions on common sense and the safety of everyone, really. So we'll come to that. It has come up, but we haven't made a 100% decision on it. But I'm sure the board will want the players to stay put.
Stephen, I just wondered, in all the emotions you've had in your career, what are your emotions like just now?
Bubbling. Obviously, really happy, proud right now. Can certainly relate to these emotions that I've had as a player. At the same time, I want to try and stay controlled and humble, because obviously it's not confirmed as of yet, but I think everyone knows it's 99.9% done. But obviously, because of what's going on in the world right now, it's very difficult to get carried away and celebrate for real, if you like. So yeah, I'm trying to keep a lid on things.
I think Stephen, today's performance an epitome of what your team's been doing all season. It's not about one individual star man, it's about the entire team, 1 to 11 performing. You see Al McGregor pulling off a great save, Connor Goldson, excellent all the way through, and just like that throughout the positions all the way through.
Yeah, I think in year 1 and year 2, we have at times been heavily reliant on certain individuals or certain people in the squad to produce. It took us time to get the squad in this shape and with this quality. I think the star's the team. There's no ego in the team. Everyone's playing together. There's a great spirit in the group. And I think everyone, and me included, has been expected at some point as we were getting closer to see some nerves and some tension and some inexperience. But I think it shows the strength that we've got in the dressing room, the good mixture, the good balance of experience and youth. There's a lot of fearless young players in amongst some real calm heads in there, and we've got the balance spot on at the moment. That doesn't mean we're set. We need to keep moving it forward. We need to keep trying to improve things, and we will. But in the short term, it's about getting them ready for 2 massive games now in the next 10 days, 2 weeks.
Stephen.
Front three all scored today, Stephen. The potency they are showing must be really pleasing for you, especially going into these European games.
Yeah, I mean, the pleasing thing for me was the quality of the goals. Without going through the 3 of them, I think they were all really high-level goals in their own way. I think Giannis made a comment to you guys last week in terms of like difference and the different characteristics that the front lads have got. We obviously have got major backup at the moment. The forward right, Stewart. We never used Cedric today. We wanted to give Greg Stewart some minutes. We've got Kamar Roof coming back on Tuesday into training. James will be a couple of weeks away. He's obviously a big attacking weapon we've got down the right hand side. We've got so many good attacking players coming from different areas of the pitch, and it's a fantastic place to be in. So yeah, I mean the goals today were excellent in their own right. I mean, yeah, real high level goals.
So Stephen, does James have a chance of making the game at Celtic Park?
He's got an outside chance. Obviously, depending on what happens from now till that game, will depend on whether he's selected or not. But what I would say is, young Nathan Patterson, after a real tough week and a huge mistake that he made, he's been absolutely fantastic in terms of his performance.